Chappelle, he made $500 million. They said even though his contract said he should get half of it, they said he made too much for the contract to be valid. So we'll offer you 10% of what you made. You mean he made $500 million and they offered him 50? Yes. And he said, what do you think my fans are going to say when they find out you offered me 10% of what I made you? And they said, your fans will believe that you're a crazy crackhead by the time you get home. And by the time he got to Ohio, it was so. Devout Muslim who doesn't eat bacon was accused of being a crackhead. They said that he went to Africa to smoke cocaine. You saying he flew past Chicago and Miami and LA and New York and Detroit. You saying he went past Cleveland. About somebody who has a wife, 5 children, and lives on a farm, doesn't live here in Hollywood. Man, you convince people that person was an insane crackhead? Dave Chappelle, he made 500.
All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Merakak Dash, the born to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect, brothers and sisters that believe in His word and that fear in the Heavenly Father and His Son. And this is just going to be a real quick, real brief video. And as you hear, these different media executives, or those who put Jake in the media, on the TV, on the big screen, so to speak. Here you have it's Jake Cat Williams, which Cat Williams knows he's an Israelite. He passed by some brothers, can't remember the camp, and actually donated some money, I believe. So he knows that he's an Israelite. And basically this just goes to show you that these elites, they have the power to make people think whatever they want them to think, right? The scriptures talk about whom the God of this world have blinded. The people are blinded by the God of this world, Esau, Edom, right? And they have the media, newspaper, TV, the news, billboards, social media, even certain different types of media that they use to get people to believe what they want them to believe, right? And this is a part of their witchcraft and their seances and their enchantments. The word enchantments means to meaning inside, right? Chant is chanting or saying something over and over, and then mint means mind, right? So they're putting these ideas into your mind by way of repetition. That's why you'll see it in the newspaper, but then you'll see it on social media, but then you'll see it on your Google News, then you'll see it on the TV, you'll see it on all the major. The repetition is what gets the masses of the people to believe all these different things. Now, grace through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, or through the Holy Spirit, we can see right through their enchantments don't work on us. We can see right through everything that they try to push out to the people. So here's the question: if they can do this to Dave Chappelle, right? They can make him seem like he's a crackhead. He's on drugs. He's crazy, right? Even though he's not, right? If they can slander him in such a way and have people believe it, what do you think that they're going to do to the men of the Lord? Okay? They say he was just a crackhead. Okay? But what do you think they're going to say about the men of the Lord? The true men of the Lord that are pushing the true word directly and correctly. They're going to say even worse. They're going to say we're pedophiles. They're going to say we're child molesters. They're going to say we rape little girls. And you know what? And certain people are already saying that. Amongst those who know that they're Israelites. They're saying such things about us, and that's a big deal to put that stigma on an innocent man. That's a big deal, man. Right? Because no brother, is doing such a thing. Else they would be kicked out of the camp. Okay? And if we were doing such things, we would already be locked up for it. Right? But now this devil, he's gonna pull up all the stops just to apprehend us. So imagine the things he's gonna say about us. Imagine the lengths he's gonna go to try and get people on board with what he's saying. Right? Did a video a while ago on the deep fakes. All right, making it seem like we said something or even did something that we didn't actually do, and using their computers, their technology, their witchcraft to make it seem like we was up there doing it. Right? That's why you have this it's called television. Right? This devil wants to tell you a vision, right? A false vision of the reality in the world around you. Right now, I want to get a precept real quick. Like I said, this is going to be a quick video. Real quick video. Psalms chapter 50 and verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. So I was just talking about the television, right? They want to tell you a false vision, right? The things that they want you to see, the perspective that they want you to have, hey, it's all framed inside of that light box, man. Right? We can call it light and deception. Right? It ain't light and perfection as the scriptures are, all right, with the men of the Lord, right? This media is the light and deception. It says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Now, Dave Chappelle is obviously an Israelite, and these different executives or people who own these different media stations, they are all Amalekites, man. They are all Edomites. So they slandered him, and he was just angry that he wasn't getting a fair shake. He made the money, but they wanted to keep most of it. It just goes to show you also that what? You are a slave. Okay? He was enslaved and bound to that contract. Okay? And they tried to make another agreement that would only basically they would exploit him, and they would make all the money off of him, right? And give him crumbs. 50 million out of 500 million, that's crumbs, man. That's crumbs. Right? While these devils are lining their pockets. Okay? And deceiving our people, killing two birds with one stone. Right? It says, thou sittest to speak against thy brother. They spoke against Dave Chappelle. Right? And they also speak against us. Okay? Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. So this is what's going to come. Right? This propaganda against us is going to come, and this is all going to get people on board to apprehend us. Okay? It can create a scenario of self-policing, where the people of the community, they police other people, okay, to try and report them that they may be apprehended by the authorities. Okay? Because it's harder to apprehend a group of people without the masses being on your side. Because then what? You'll create more friction, and it could take longer to achieve that goal of apprehending that group of people. Right? So they have to get everybody on board with it. Okay? And it's going to come down to the point of if you're on board or not on board, they're still going to come down on you, man. It's going to come to the point where they're not even going to use their own American, soldiers. They're going to use robots, man. All right, a robot's going to do what it's told, So, that's what the belief is. because you got this artificial intelligence out here that, you know, basically started to rise up against these devils. It says, thou slanderest thine own mother's son. Right? So they slander us, man. Right? The time is going to come where the slander is going to be on a high level to where, you know, there's going to be, then there's already legislature against us, but they're going to come after us. Right? And a lot of people are going to be on board with spoiling and destroying them that fear the Lord. Right? But now on top of that, I want to get this too. Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? They spoiled this guy, man. This is what they were trying to do. They were trying to spoil Dave Chappelle. Right? They was trying to milk him like a cow. Right? Use his talents to get and make money off of him. You know you're a slave if you only make 10% of all the money that you're bringing in. You're the one who is directly producing, doing the work to produce the money, right? And they only want to give you 10%. Those are crumbs, right? And this is why now we're not enslaved through change. We're enslaved through what? Contracts and debt. All right? So had that his first contract, he was supposed to get half, right? But now that he made so much money, they wanted to get a new agreement to where he only gets a little bit of that, man. He gets 10%. And this is a lot of different celebrities. They are enslaved through these contracts. So though they might make $1 billion, right? Out of $1 billion, they only get a couple million, right? That's something that happens to a slave. You think about it in slavery, you have Mandingo fights, right? Let's put that as an example. Okay, you're fighting your own people. You're plucking their eyes out. You're finishing them off with the hammer. You're doing all kinds of cruel things in order to make the massa, which is the oppressor, money. And then when you're successful, all you get is about, he might get you something good to drink, some extra food. You got that movie Django, say bring up a honey to lick his pole and get him a tall one, meaning some wine or some liquor, and that's all you get. Okay, you don't get the benefit. You don't get the full benefit of what you're doing to make him money. That's a slave. Okay, everything you do is to build up his agenda. That's a slave, man. So if you think that you're free physically, you are sadly mistaken. So just wanted to do a quick video, and Lord, will you edify? Shalom.